Today, let's embark on a journey together. Within the framework of my family lies a narrative colored by absence, an absence that has long defined my relationship with my mother. From the earliest echoes of memory, her presence has been but a whisper, fleeting and distant. Raised solely by my devoted father, the contours of our lives were etched with resilience, marked by the unwavering bond we shared. In the tapestry of our existence, poverty wove its thread, a constant companion amidst the ebb and flow of life. Yet, amid the stark realities of financial hardship, my father stood as a beacon of strength and determination. With tireless resolve, he navigated the labyrinth of economic uncertainty, working tirelessly to provide for our modest needs. Our life unfolded in the quiet rhythm of routine, punctuated by moments of shared laughter and quiet understanding. My father's unwavering presence, a pillar of support in the face of adversity, imbued our days with a sense of stability and security. However, the tides of fate are fickle, and tragedy struck with a sudden and merciless force. A mere few months ago, a call shattered the tranquility of our existence, bearing news of an accident that claimed my father's life. The weight of grief bore down upon me, a suffocating blanket of sorrow that enveloped my soul. In the wake of his passing, I found myself adrift in a sea of uncertainty, grappling with the enormity of my loss. Memories of our final moments together haunted me, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life's tapestry. As I stumbled through the solemn rituals of mourning, my heart ached with the absence of his presence, a void too vast to fill. Amidst the wreckage of despair, a glimmer of unexpected hope emerged. In the form of a will, my father's legacy unfolded, a testament to his boundless love and sacrifice. To my astonishment, he had bequeathed to me all that he possessed, the humble abode we called home, the steadfast companion of our journeys, and the fruits of his labor stored in savings. In the quiet solitude that followed, I found solace in the realization that his love endures, an eternal flame that illuminates the darkness of my grief. Though he may be gone from this earthly realm, his spirit lives on, a guiding light that leads me forward on the path he paved with unwavering devotion. $2.1 million nestled in his account, a staggering sum untouched by any other name. It took me a moment to absorb the lawyer's revelation, catching me off guard entirely. Memories flooded my mind, recollections of my father's relentless struggle to make ends meet, to meet rent deadlines, to put food on the table. There was no conceivable way he could have amassed such wealth, no investments, no lottery wins, no ill-gotten gains. He was a man of unwavering integrity, guided by principles often overlooked but profound in their simplicity. His life was a testament to hard work and honesty, lessons he imparted to me with unwavering dedication. As I grapple with the loss of my father, still unable to comprehend the sudden void his absence has left, the realization that I am now a millionaire sits heavy on my soul. The company he dedicated his life to has compensated me with a fraction of that wealth, a paltry sum in comparison to the fortune now at my disposal. Yet, even as I mourn, a persistent voice nags at the edges of my consciousness, urging me to unravel the mystery of his unexpected legacy. Months have passed, and the money remains untouched. I find myself paralyzed by grief, unable to reconcile the enormity of my loss with the sudden windfall that has befallen me. Each night, sleep eludes me, replaced by the ceaseless hum of unanswered questions. How did my father amass such wealth? What secrets lie buried beneath the surface of his seemingly ordinary life? Driven by a desperate need for closure, I resolve to uncover the truth. But it is not a task undertaken lightly. I must tread carefully, lest my father's name be tarnished by the revelation of hidden truths. Yet, the need for answers outweighs the fear of what I may discover. It has become an obsession, consuming my thoughts and stifling any semblance of normalcy in my life. After days of careful deliberation, I steel myself for what lies ahead. With a renewed sense of purpose, I set out to confront the unknown, to seek out the truth that has eluded me for so long. And so, with determination in my heart and resolve in my step, I embark on a journey to uncover the secrets that lie hidden within my father's legacy. My decision not to enlist a private investigator stemmed from a desire to maintain discretion and intimacy in my search for answers. I had faith in my own plan, confident that if I had inherited even a fraction of my father's intellect, the truth would soon reveal itself, allowing me to return to a semblance of normalcy. Upon arriving at the bank, I requested a detailed record of all transactions associated with my father's account, now legally mine. I masked my intentions by stating that I needed to settle his debts for religious purposes, a story the bank readily accepted. The reports I received painted a perplexing picture. Sizable sums of money had been transferred from various corporations and companies, some of which my father had mentioned working for at some point. Each transaction came with a letter expressing profound regret for past grievances, accompanied by hopes that the monetary compensation would offer some solace. Yet, the reports provided no clarity on the nature of these grievances or why my father was the recipient of such substantial sums. Confusion swirled within me as I pondered the implications. Was my father entangled in illicit dealings? Why else would he be receiving millions in a country where many struggle to afford basic necessities? Determined to unearth the truth, I embarked on a mission to contact each company, claiming that the initial letters had gone astray and requesting duplicates. As responses flooded my inbox, I braced myself for revelations that could shatter my perception of my father. Seated on my couch, enveloped in a mix of apprehension and dread, I began to sift through the responses, grappling with the possibility that my father's legacy might be tarnished by unsavory truths. My anxiety reached a fever pitch as I delved deeper into the correspondence. However, my suspicions were dispelled as I unearthed the truth. There was no conspiracy to conceal. Each letter expressed remorse for past transgressions, citing instances of negligent hiring practices or subpar equipment procurement. The accompanying monetary compensation ranged from modest sums to substantial amounts, all united by a common thread. Each company acknowledged their role in my father's untimely demise. It became evident that the negligence of these corporations had directly contributed to my father's death, with the monetary settlements stipulated in his employment contracts. Yet, the sheer magnitude of the compensation seemed disproportionate to the circumstances surrounding his passing. His body had been recovered from the construction site where we were slated to work together, and the company had offered a mere $50,000 in compensation, a far cry from the exorbitant sums now flooding his bank account. Driven by a relentless pursuit of truth, I compiled a list of the sites where my father had worked, determined to uncover the precise details of his tragic end. In the ensuing week, I visited each location, imploring the companies to show me where my father had met his demise. What unfolded before me were a series of harrowing scenes, from cramped spaces beneath machinery to obscure corners of the worksite. Each site bore witness to the tragedy that had befallen my father. Yet, amidst the chaos and confusion, one glaring inconsistency remained: the absence of any concrete evidence linking these accidents to my father's demise. It was a puzzle shrouded in ambiguity, one that demanded further investigation and unwavering resolve to unravel. And so, with determination burning bright within me, I embarked on the next chapter of my quest for justice, driven by a fervent desire to unearth the truth buried within the shadows of deceit. In each iteration of the tale, a familiar pattern emerged. A confidant, a comrade in arms, was always present on the fateful night of my father's passing. They would rush him to the hospital, stand vigil as he drew his final breath, and then orchestrate a seamless cover-up complete with a fabricated story and a dying wish to spare my family the agony of legal proceedings. These individuals, privy to my father's inner circle, lent credibility to the narrative, their trust in him compelling them to honor his final plea. With each passing incident, my father and his enigmatic ally would seamlessly transition to the next chapter, a different backdrop but the same tragic denouement. As I delved deeper into the labyrinth of deceit, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was tumbling down a rabbit hole, unsure of how far the darkness stretched or what awaited me at its murky depths. Yet, even as I grappled with the overwhelming urge to unearth the truth, a nagging voice whispered for me to heed acceptance, to acknowledge that my father had sacrificed his life to secure a better future for me. Shouldn't I be grateful for his sacrifice, for his ingenuity in ensuring my well-being? But beneath this veneer of gratitude lurked a deeper fear, the fear of uncovering a truth rife with shattered illusions and blood-stained hands. Should I continue my quest for justice, risking further harm and upheaval? Or is it wiser to heed the warning signs and halt my pursuit before it spirals into irreversible chaos? As I stand at the precipice of uncertainty, torn between acceptance and defiance, I am acutely aware that the road ahead is fraught with peril. Perhaps this is where my journey ends, Or perhaps it is merely the prologue to an endless saga of discovery and redemption. Only time will tell. Weddings, they're her passion, her obsession, her ultimate fix. From the delicate blooms to the decadent cake, from the ethereal gown to the grand venue, she revels in every detail. My sister, the unofficial wedding planner of our social circle, has orchestrated 12 weddings to date. However, despite her knack for creating magical moments for others, she remains single herself. While she claims to be content with her single status, I can't shake the feeling that she feels left behind, the lone member of her friend group without a significant other. This feeling intensified when she decided to host what she termed the Christmas Wonder Jubilee, a whimsical winter celebration that rivals the extravagance of any wedding. Let me give you a glimpse into the festivities she has planned, a winter committee comprising her closest friends and family, all decked out in matching attire, meticulously organizing every aspect of the event. A private mass, complete with a specially curated speech by my sister, serves as a prelude to the main event. The venue? None other than the town's most renowned wedding destination, transformed to accommodate 120 guests, friends, family, acquaintances, and even her boss. And let's not forget the pièce de résistance, the first dance. My sister, accompanied by a professional dancer, will grace the dance floor with a choreographed waltz, marking the beginning of what promises to be an unforgettable evening. The event was a spectacle unlike any I'd witnessed before. Heartfelt speeches from family and friends, a celebration of the blessings bestowed upon our family. As the hostess, my sister was in her element, orchestrating every detail with meticulous precision. However, the illusion shattered when she unveiled her attire, a wedding dress, unmistakably bridal in every sense. I couldn't bite my tongue any longer. I voiced my concerns, fearing that her choice of attire would send the wrong message to guests, casting the event as a bizarre groom-less wedding. Our disagreement escalated into a heated argument, resulting in my banishment from the festivities. Despite the backlash I faced, I couldn't shake the feeling that my sister's insistence on portraying the event as anything but a marrying yourself ceremony was misguided. While the trend may be commonplace in certain cultures, it felt out of place in our context. Yet, amidst the discord, a voice of reason emerged, a reminder that my sister's happiness should take precedence over my own reservations. Instead of condemning her choices, I should embrace the spirit of the occasion and support her in creating lasting memories. In the end, it's not about conforming to societal norms or passing judgment. It's about celebrating love, whether it be self-love or otherwise. And if that means embracing the unconventional, then so be it. After all, who's to say what constitutes a normal celebration of love in today's ever-evolving world? You're definitely not the whole for feeling concerned about your sister's actions. Reading this post saddened me, but your sister isn't entirely at fault either. At this point, if the party is happening regardless, the best course of action is to show your support. She clearly needs the love and encouragement of her family and friends. While you may think you're being helpful by addressing the issue, she simply wants to celebrate with her loved ones. Let her have this moment. She's not causing any harm, and any perceived eccentricity won't affect her professional life as long as she continues to excel at work. In the next story, Throwaway, a 37-year-old woman has a younger sister named Valerie and a teenage daughter named Lucy. As Lucy navigates her teenage years, she becomes increasingly self-conscious, constantly comparing herself to others. In an effort to boost Lucy's self-esteem, her mother arranges therapy sessions and regularly reassures her of her beauty. However, a recent incident at the mall leaves Lucy distraught. After returning home from a trip with her aunt, Valerie, Lucy discovers that Valerie had photoshopped her images before posting them on social media. Feeling betrayed and hurt, Lucy breaks down in tears, expressing her desire to be left alone. Witnessing Lucy's anguish, her mother is outraged and confronts Valerie about her actions. She demands an explanation for altering Lucy's appearance without her consent, highlighting the emotional toll it has taken on Lucy. The confrontation between the two sisters underscores the importance of honesty and acceptance. Lucy's vulnerability reminds us of the damaging effects of unrealistic beauty standards perpetuated by social media. As Lucy grapples with her self-image, it's crucial for her family to provide unwavering support and reassurance, fostering a sense of self-worth that transcends superficial appearances. Valerie became defensive when I confronted her about the photoshopped pictures she posted on social media. Despite explaining how devastated Lucy was upon seeing them, Valerie insisted she was merely enhancing Lucy's appearance. I reiterated that Lucy is beautiful just the way she is and expressed my displeasure at Valerie damaging Lucy's confidence. The argument escalated, with Valerie ultimately declaring she didn't want her daughter around Lucy because of my supposed drama. In the heat of the moment, I responded with an insult directed at Valerie. She ended the call abruptly and blocked me on all platforms. I haven't discussed the argument with Lucy, as she's already stressed enough. My husband believes I overstepped as the older sister and should have handled the situation more maturely. Regarding the insult, it was a reaction to Valerie's accusation of me being a drama queen, not an attack on my niece. Photoshopping someone without their consent is unacceptable. It sends a damaging message about self-worth. I agree with cutting contact with Valerie. I've experienced similar issues with photoshopping and understand the impact it can have on self-esteem. The marks on my face, reminiscent of the British Isles but in a mirrored fashion, serve as a constant reminder of imperfections that society dictates need correction. Despite having enough on my plate, these imperfections stand out, signaling to me that they are flaws to be fixed. The fact that they were highlighted by someone I've never even met, not even my own aunt, amplifies the hurt. This individual, whoever they may be, deserves to be confronted for their actions. Their ignorance and insensitivity are evident, as they fail to recognize the harm they've caused. It's disheartening to witness someone so deeply entrenched in the superficial world of social media, almost resembling a teenager who bases their entire self-worth on online validation. What's concerning is the potential influence this person could have on your child. Instead of you, as the parent, shaping your child's self-image and values, it's disconcerting to think that they might be swayed by someone so misguided. Perhaps your younger sister views your daughter more as a peer than a niece, leading to a lack of understanding about the impact of her actions. She may not even be aware of your daughter's struggles or the therapy sessions she's attending. However, this doesn't excuse her insensitive behavior. As someone who has made mistakes in the past, I've always been willing to listen, apologize, and learn from them. It's crucial that your sister adopts a similar attitude. In this situation, you're certainly not the one at fault. Your husband's perspective is misguided. Your dedication to nurturing your daughter's positive self-image and seeking therapy for her is commendable. Her journey towards self-acceptance is vital, especially considering the long-term consequences of a negative body image. Encouraging your daughter to engage in hobbies and activities that bolster her self-esteem, regardless of appearance, could be beneficial. As for your sister, her decision to block you speaks volumes. It's best not to dwell on her actions and instead focus on supporting your daughter through this challenging time.